Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to a Big Bash tier list video. Now we're going to go through and rank all the Big Bash teams with their players, basing on their performances or what I know about them. So today's video, we're going to be going through the Sydney Sixers. If you're going to enjoy it, smash like. If you don't like it, leave a comment down below. Tell me what I did wrong, because I need to learn from all of my mistakes. So without further ado, let's get stuck into today's video. So we're here on the tier maker list. We've got all of the Sydney Sixers players. All right, so I think we have got everyone here from the Sydney Sixers, including Josh Hazelwood, who I've just added in here, down the bottom here. But let's, without further ado, get into it. Our first player to look at is Ben Dwarshuis. He's played a lot of Big Bash cricket, so it definitely warrants him a ranking where I think, I'm not too sure. He's either in the B or C section, because he has played a lot of cricket. He's taken a number of wickets, just over a wicket a game, but quite know if his batting is good enough for him to be considered an all-rounder. And I don't know, I'm going to give him a B. His economy is not too terrible, but he's certainly not in the caliber of the top class bowlers throughout this Big Bash. Ben Menenti, he's come in the last Big Bash. He debuted last Big Bash and he's played okay since then. Hasn't had a massive performance either with the ball. With the bat, he's obviously a bowling player, so he's going to get rated a C. He has actually started quite well, at least in this season of the Big Bash, so he's been doing okay there, but he's going to be rated as a C. Fallons is going to get a no idea because he is, I don't think he's played a game this season, and I don't think he scored or took a wicket last season. Played 2 games, but yeah, definitely no idea what's going on with him. Hopefully gets a crack and gives an opportunity to show us what he's good at. Dan Hughes, he's going to be a high B. He's got a lot of runs under his belt, maybe an A actually. Obviously opening the batting for the Sixers, does quite a good job there. Can be a little bit inconsistent at times, but he is going to be, I guess, an A-rated player. Hayden Kerr, still a young player, hasn't really played enough Big Bash to make a judgment on him yet. He's in the no idea bracket. And that's the thing, obviously, with a couple of these players, they haven't played a lot of cricket, so we don't really have enough to judge them on. So I do want to be fair to everyone like that. Same thing with Thornton, hasn't played enough cricket for me to make an assessment on yet. Jack Edwards, he's going to be a C-rated player as well. Doesn't have he's got about a season under his belt in terms of Big Bash stuff. Has a 99 not out as well to his name. So I suppose maybe you can chuck him over to the B bracket there, but yeah, still needs to work on his consistency, I think, in that middle order for the Sydney Sixers. Jackson Byrd, he's almost I think he's an S. He's just a very good bowler that I think we continually underrate Jackson Byrd and how good he actually is at what he does. So he's an S bowler, one of the best economically in the competition, as well as he's just a very good bowler. Takes wickets when you need him to, can be economical if needed. He's not quite in the top bracket, I guess, of the bowlers. But in terms of a player who's very good across all 3 formats, Jackson Byrd is one of them. Jordan Silk, I'm going to give him an A. He again, he's a player we know has a lot of quality skill, but again, unfortunately, he's not quite as consistent enough as he probably would like to be, and that's why he's in that A bracket rather than the S bracket. The S bracket is, I guess, for, your national, international level players. So he's just in the A there. James Vince, come across from England, obviously going to be in the S-rated bracket. Not every single international player will be S-ranked, but obviously he is an international level player. Plays T20 for England. I remember we played the Ashes a couple of years. The last Ashes in Australia, I remember he played and he got a ridiculous ball from Mitchell Johnson. Just good night, Irene. No chance of ever playing that one. So he's up in the S bracket there. Josh Philippe, he's elevated himself this season up into that S bracket. I'm actually going to have him at the top for the Sixers so far because he is their leading run scorer. He's in the top 3 in the comp at the moment, at the time of recording this video, of course, that is. And he's been one of their most consistent batsmen at the top. Still a very young player, lots of potential. Might even play in Australia's 2020 World Cup later in the year. Avendano hasn't played a lot of Big Bash cricket, but we know he's got some skills behind him. I saw him play a couple of games last year. Wasn't, amazing, but he did make a 40 odd. So He is going to be in the C bracket there. Got a lot more balanced, I guess, split of here in this Sydney Sixers side compared to some of the other teams. But yeah, like he's just going to be in that C there. If he gets a couple more games this year and really starts to prove himself a bit more as that middle order, lower order, got to be middle order batsman, right? Because he's a batsman, so he's got to be in there. So we'll chuck him in the C. Lloyd Polk. Very, very tough decision here. He's going to be in the A bracket. He's not going to be in the S bracket yet. He's very close to getting there. He might even feature in Australia's side, I guess, later in the year. Again, a young leggy that bowls pretty good deliveries. At the time of recording this video, he's got 8 wickets, so he's still third on the Sixers wicket-taking list, but he's doing a very good job. He's bowling economically. He's taking wickets when required. Got a good wrong and does a bit of that to mix things up. Going to be rating him an A. And hopefully in future, he'll be an S. Edwards, where's he going to go? I feel like this guy's played more cricket than I feel. But then he's, actually, I feel like he's played less cricket than I think. Because I think he was like emergency fielder for the test team, like 12th man, or he was a sub fielder for the test team once, and he was just like loved by the crowd there. But in terms of his Big Bash stuff, he's only got the 1 wicket to his name from a couple of games. He'll get better for the run. We'll chuck him in the C. Menenti just a little bit better than him, I suppose. He's played a bit more this. Enrique's, he's at the top of the tree there. He's been around for a while, Moise Enrique's. Played a couple games for Australia as well. Just been a very good player. He's the captain, of course, of the Sydney Sixers. He's going to be at the top there in terms of their high quality performers. So he's up there in the S. Nice, Gary, Nathan Lyon. I'll put him in the S bracket because he is such a good bowler, I guess in the longer form of the game. Did play in Australia's World Cup team. Wasn't quite as good in that, I suppose, as maybe you might think he would be. So he still has a little bit to work on in his shorter form stuff. I'd like to see him play a few more 2020s this year. I think he might actually this season now that we've got no more tests coming up, so he might play a few games for the Sixers. So it should be fun. Should be fun watching Gaz play a couple games. Next we got Shawn Abbott again, another S-ranked player. Chuck him next to Josh Philippe here because he's a very good bowler. Actually can be an all-rounder as well at times. Can hit the ball a very long way for 6. So he's going to be in that SR ranked bracket there as well. Steve Smith, who I don't think ever plays a game for the Sydney Sixers. He probably won't even play a game for them this season. Although, it's really tricky. We have an interesting slot where there's the back end of the season. You might have a chance to have those international guys in because there's no international cricket for the last 2 or 3 weeks of the two weeks of the Big Bash, I think. So possibly Steve Smith can come in and win the championship for the Sixers. He's obviously going to be at the top of their bracket. International T20 player. International player for Australia across all 3 formats. And a lot of people saying he's not that great at T20 level, but we saw him make some really good knocks against Pakistan, I think it was, in the T20s. And he was actually the player of the series, even though he only batted in 1 of the 3 games. Absurd. Next we got Sock, who's, again, getting a high quality bowler. I'm actually going to chuck him a little bit above Nathan Lyon here because he is quite a good bowler, in the shorter form game. I think he's a little bit better than Gaz, short form with his, left arm off spin. The orthodox bowling there does a really good job with that. So Sock in the S bracket. Gee, they're going to end up with everyone at the top, aren't they? I've just left all the good players till last. This next man, I'm actually going to put him first. Sorry, Stephen. Tom Curren. He's been absolutely superb for the Sydney Sixers. Single-handedly wins them games. He's just very, very good at what he does. Bowls very well, bats very well, does everything you ask of him. Can bowl a super over to win you the game. Can bat in a super over to win you the game. He's just a superstar class player, very classy player, obviously from England. Just superb. I want to see more of Tommy Curren. And lastly, Josh Hazlewood, again, a world-class bowler. Yeah, we'll chuck him above Gaz. Maybe Gaz, you get dropped at the end of the A portion. I can't have too many players up there in the S bracket there. But Josh Hazlewood, he has won a World Cup for Australia in the one-day form. Very good bowler, just in general. Is going to play a lot more T20 cricket, I think, in this season. I think he's already played a game for the Sixers, so it'll be good to see him get out on the park. And I like to see these international guys, at least the Australian players who are playing international cricket, play a bit of the Big Bash because they do a very good job of it. But that is it. That's our tier list here for the Sydney Sixers. They've ended up with 9 S-ranked players. Imagine if this was their team and then you just chuck in a couple of these blokes. Good luck beating them. You got Curren, Smith, Enrique's, Philippe, Abbott, Byrd, Vince, Sock, Hazelwood. And if you chuck in, 2 extra spinners there, if you got Lyon and Pope, good luck beating that team. It's a very good 2020 team. Anyway, that is it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it. Smash like if you did. Let me know what you didn't like about it in the comment section down below. We're going to keep ranking these Big Bash sides. If you want to see my ranking of the Melbourne Stars, you can click here on the screen. I'm hoping to put something there, so you can click on that and see that. Or if you want to see something else Big Bash related, click here. Otherwise, have a good day, everyone, and I will see you all later. Goodbye!